Before I begin, WWE stands with Vegas, and so do I. So we actually start this night off with Rollins versus Strowman. Now, okay, look, we do understand, right, that Braun Strowman has been on a tear of destruction, and we do understand that he just took, like, Brock Lesnar to a limit. We also understand that Brock Lesnar isn't here this week. We also understand that Braun Strowman, okay, Braun Strowman hasn't lost for a while, besides Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Did we think that Seth Rollins was going to stand a chance? Okay, Seth Rollins is a former WWE champion, two-time WWE champion, but did we actually think that Seth Rollins was going to stand a chance here? Yeah, he actually gave up a pretty good fight. It wasn't just a whole dominant thing. It wasn't just Rollins being squashed. No, they gave it a former WWE champion his due, as far as saying that, okay, he can actually do something here in this match. He can actually wear down Braun Strowman. He could actually do things to Braun Strowman. So I do give that type of credit to not let them just squash Seth Rollins here. Just like Dean Ambrose last week, Dean Ambrose didn't necessarily get squashed. He actually mounted some offense. So, again, it was pretty cool. However, Seth Rollins still loses the match. Clean. And then Strowman attacks after the match, which basically prompts Dean Ambrose to come out there and actually tries to attack, but to no avail. Braun Strowman chokeslams him, lifts him up, chokeslams him again, and it's like, goddamn, all right, he's a monster that can barely be stopped. Okay, fine. And then what happens afterwards? What happens afterwards? Sheamus and Cesaro come out, and then they attack Ambrose and Rollins. So, a neutralizer to Ambrose, and a bro kick to Seth Rollins. So, yeah, they're out of the picture now. So, it's like, yeah, that's how you begin a show. Okay. Alright. It's just, you get your tag team champions get laid out by one dude, and then you get contenders lay out the tag team champions. That's hilarious. I mean, especially the fact that Braun Strowman basically laid out the tag team champions one by one. I mean, yeah. Mickie James, huh? Mickie James. Alright, she's walking through the back, and she's being laughed at by Alicia Fox, of all people. Of all people. Alicia Fox. Oh, God, it's just... has Alicia really been relevant? Right. I just think that it's funny how Alicia and Emma were trying to bait Mickie James into something, as far as saying, oh, they're laughing, you got presents in your locker room. So Mickie James walks in the locker room, and she sees a walker and a box of tampons there, and it's like, come on, man, let's stop with this. So what does Mickie James do? She walks around and she goes to Alexa's locker, because she just happens to know that Alexa that did it. She bangs on the door, and Nia Jax answers like a mom, and Alexa is in the background like a little girl, like, yeah, don't let her get me. And I'm like, oh, come on, just So basically, a challenge gets made between Nia Jax and Mickie James to meet later in the ring, and it's like, come on, man, just I'm just not a fan of the whole. Look, there should have been a brawl right there. There should have been a brawl between Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. That would have added more to it. It just would have added more to that. But to have Mickie James bang on the door like an angry parent of another child, and then Nia Jax answer, and the child, yeah, that's what it looked like. it looked like that Nia Jax was the mom protecting her child. And when did this angle get back to that anyway? When did Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss get back to being buddy-buddy? I don't understand that. It's... anyway. After that, you get Bray Wyatt saying, she never lied to me. She never lied to me. She never lied to me. And I'm like, come on. We know this is about Finn Balor, and we know this is about something else. But is everyone sick of Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor already going against each other? Is anyone sick of that? Because, I mean, that's just proof that neither one of these two have nowhere else to go. So, that's just the way it is. Speaking of having no direction, you have Elias against Titus O'Neil. Elias sings a song about Denver, and then he beats Titus O'Neil. He just beats Titus O'Neil. Fine. I mean, look. Elias, have some direction for this guy soon. Stop having him in fucking limbo defeating all these, what Bobby Heenan would call Hamanagers. Yeah, just, please. Apollo Crews ain't shit. Titus O'Neil ain't shit. Get Elias out of that and get him into the mid-card picture where he should be. You see, it's funny how him and the Jizz should trade places, because Elias can at least do shit alone. Elias can at least be convincing in the ring. Elias can actually work his way up by himself. So, Mickie James versus Nia Jax. And Mickie James wins by DQ. DQ. Because she actually was trying to beat Nia Jax. And then you have Alexa Bliss interfering. It's just a damn shame that WWE has gotten to this point where they try to make Mickie James relevant again. We have to go to the bottom of the barrel here. We're not necessarily at the bottom left yet, because Alicia, Emma, you look, I just don't understand why you will have so many people with talent, and then you have nothing that they don't know what to do with them. And it's just a damn shame. So what next? Dana Brooke? Is Dana Brooke going to be relevant now? I mean, they're trying to make Alicia Fox relevant, because they even tried to do that later on in the show. And it's just, Mickie James beats Nia Jax by a disqualification. Enzo gets an interview, and he's basically in a trance. He doesn't say a damn thing. I think that's one of his best interviews. No words. That's just funny. So, Mickie James is going to get a shot at TLC, because, yeah, she beat Nia Jax by DQ. And Kurt Angle is going to give her a title shot at TLC versus Alexa Bliss. Anderson and Gallows versus Matt Hardy and Jason Jordan. Matt Hardy gets a good ovation. Anderson and Gallows at least gets a crowd reaction. Jason Jordan, nothing. It's just wash, rinse, repeat for Jason Jordan at this point as far as crowd reaction. He's going to have to turn heel, or he has to do something very drastic in order to get a crowd reaction. It's funny how when he was jumping around with Chad Gable and stuff like that as American Alpha on NXT and even on SmackDown, at least they got a crowd reaction out of him. But here you get nothing. And basically it's because of the storyline that he's Kurt Angle's son, which we all fucking know that he's not Kurt Angle's son. We don't believe in it. This is just to get him on Raw and try to push him in front of us, which we did not fucking want. Jason Jordan is dead in the water at this point, as far as crowd reaction and so on. So we don't know if they're actually going to push forward with Jason Jordan at this point. Oh, and Jason Jordan and Matt Hardy lost this match. Go figure. But still, there's nothing for Anderson and Gallows. There's just nothing. I mean, just form the Balor Club. Just do that, please. I don't know if they're ever going to do it, but form the Balor Club soon. I mean, damn. Roman Reigns gets an interview, and he actually was asked about Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. About his Shield, his former Shield brothers, his former Shield comrades, his former Shield partners. He was actually asked about that, and he was asked about Jizz. The Miz. It's just, we already know where this is going. We already know where this is leading. And you're not surprising anyone about this. They're just building it up to a certain point. We already know where this is going. Oh, Dana Warrior gives three women's championship pink replicas to 3 breast cancer survivors. I like that. I mean, and the funniest thing about it is they actually shook the ropes like the Warrior. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I gotta admit that. And they had all the women's roster, all 7 of them, in the ring while they were giving that presentation. That's fine. Okay, fine. They had to pause for a moment and actually do the whole breast cancer survivor thing. That's cool. So you get the Jizz and the Jizz Taraj doing the Shield entrance, and I'm just like, ugh. So the Jizz versus Reigns. Okay. Reigns comes out basically, not like his usual self. He just has a beeline to the ring. He gets there. Okay. Next thing you know, he takes out the Jizz Taraj by himself. Okay, so you're trying to be like Shield, but you get taken out by yourself. You get taken out by just Roman Reigns. Oh, and chairs come into play. He took out the Jizz Taraj in seconds. And then the chair came into play and beat them down up on the ramp. And then, one-on-one, Jizz Reigns. Was this a good match by any means? No, because look at the 2 participants. 2 motherfuckers that can't give, good classic matches. Roman Reigns is a little bit higher than Jizz as far as that. But, yeah, this match was boring to say the least. It was like, okay, either you're going to take the Intercontinental Championship off this guy or you won't. And the answer came that they won't when Cesaro and Sheamus comes out, and then there's a disqualification. Fuck! I'm sick of this. I'm really sick of this. So, what? Now we got a new Jizz Taraj? Because that's what it was. Neutralizer, bro kick, dick licking finally to Roman Reigns. Oh, and as they were leaving, they come back to the ring, and then they give the weakest triple power bomb ever. And then they do the Shield fist bump. And I'm like, okay, wait. You did this with the Jizz Taraj, and now you're doing this with Sheamus and Cesaro. So, basically, the services of the Jizz Taraj is finished at this point. That basically what this means. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel are out. Sheamus, Cesaro are in. And if that actually is the case, then I'm just going to say, I told you so. I told you that whoever hooks up with the Jizz, their careers get ruined. Finn and Bray Wyatt. Okay, they had their little confrontation. Finn in the ring, Bray Wyatt on the fucking Titantron. Yeah, Finn is like, yeah, you got beat by the demon, you got beat by the man. Yeah, Bray, you're just a coward. Bray comes up on the fucking Titantron. It's like, she never lied to me. She never lied to me. But you have Finn. Talking about Finn Balor lied to him. Talking about the man created the demon. No, the demon is part of man. And then next thing you know, he's going to introduce us to her. He's going to introduce Finn Balor to her. So basically, after all these years, we're going to see Sister Abigail. What, they're going to take one of the women from the Mae Young Classic and make her Sister Abigail? That wouldn't fucking surprise me. Don't do this. Don't fucking make Asuka Sister Abigail. Don't fucking do that. Do not fucking do that. That would... No. Fucking no. I'm not hearing that at all. Do not do that. Don't do it to Dana Brooke. Don't do it to someone that's already existing. You're going to have to do it from somebody else that just comes in. Bam, there's Sister Abigail now. That's the only way that shit's going to work. If you go that route. Sasha and Bayley defeat Emma and Alicia Fox. Why? And Emma leaves Alicia hanging because Alicia headbutted Emma by accident in the corner. And Emma, reaches out for a tag later and then just leaves her high and dry. And I'm just like, why? What is this supposed to be the other way? Is this supposed to be Sasha leaving Bayley high and dry? Why? I don't know. I don't know why. Again, they're trying to make certain things relevant that are not really relevant. I mean, Emma and Alicia Fox. Are they going to feud now? Is there going to be something? Is Alicia going to go crazy, cray again, and go after Emma? I mean, what the fuck? It's just, So, Enzo Amore is going to address the cruiserweight division. He goes to the ring, and basically he just ran his mouth. Mic skills. Ran his mouth. That's basically all he freaking did. And basically, the punchline of this is that every cruiserweight put their hands on him last week, so none of them can get the cruiserweight title shot. But if they do it this week, they will all lose whoever does it, lose their jobs. And I'm like, oh God, this has Miz written all over it. It just does. So whoever has the mic skills and that can't really wrestle, get championship belts and sit on belts. That's what this reminds me of. But Kurt Angle was like, oh no, but that doesn't apply to this person here, the one I just signed. Kalisto? I hate this. I hate his new music. He should have came out with Lucha. That would have gotten the crowd more into it, because when Kalisto was announced, everybody was like, ugh. Kalisto comes out and attacks and gets the Salisto del Sol to Enzo. Roman Reigns is in the back licking his wounds. Ambrose walks up. Rollins rocks up. And they give each other a nod, and then they dissipate. They separate like Voltron pieces after a mission. I mean, it's like, all right. So basically, again, you led this to this point. But don't do this. Don't fucking have 3-on-3 at TLC. You fucking have the Intercontinental Championship on the fucking line at TLC. Don't fucking have the Jizz sitting on a belt for another fucking pay-per-view. Don't fucking do that. Don't have the tag team champions sit on the belts for a pay-per-view. No. Fuck that. Have the Shield take out these fuckers next week, or the week after, whatever, and have the championships defended at tables, ladders, and chairs. But that was Raw, and I'm like, ugh, God, this is... It's fucked up that you can go back and watch old school, and I mean old school, like Primetime Wrestling. That was some of my favorites with Bobby, the Brain Heenan, the Weasel, and Gorilla Monsoon. Both of you. I would watch that. I would watch that show for hours and still be entertained. One episode of Monday Night Raw, I'm fighting sleep. I'm fighting just, this is boring. Oh, God, no. Something happened. Please, something interesting shit. Nothing interesting is going on right now in Monday Night Raw. Nothing. And the crowd reaction to most of the people that are coming out are just garbage. But, again, that's Monday Night Raw this week. Do you agree or disagree with my opinions? Please leave a comment below. Do you think I'm full of shit? Once again, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe. I'm always open for a debate about wrestling, so please come with it. Oh, and I allow comments. I don't erase comments. I don't do that. Please. I just don't do that. I feel that anyone has the right to say what the fuck they want to say. Drop kicks, body slams, throw motherfuckers over top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme. And I'll see you later. Credits.